Interim President Lynch, I have the honor to report that there are now present members of the graduating class, the staff, and the faculty of Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York, the governing bodies of the City of New York and the State of New York, all gathered to participate in these, the 58th commencement exercises of Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 58th commencement exercises of Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York. Under the direction of Dr. Stephen Dahlke, Queensborough music students will lead us in singing our national anthem. Will everyone please stand?
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs burst in the air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
The audience will please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of Queensborough Community College of the City University of New York, Dr. Timothy G. Lynch.
Thank you, Grand Marshal Montgomery. Welcome, class of 2019, to Queensborough Community College's 58th commencement exercises. On this very special day, we celebrate the accomplishments of you, our students, who will receive degrees and certificates. You should all be very proud. This morning, you will be official graduates of Queensborough. I also wish to extend a warm welcome to your family and friends, and to our elected officials, to representatives of the CUNY Board of Trustees, and the faculty and staff who were such an important part of your college experience. This year, over 2,600 students will graduate from Queensborough. Some will go on to university studies. Our graduates will be attending colleges across the country, including CUNY's senior colleges, Queens, Baruch, Brooklyn, York, Hunter, John Jay, the City College, and Lehman, as well as SUNY colleges at Stony Brook, the Downstate Medical Center, FIT, and Binghamton. Some of our graduates will be attending private colleges as well, including NYU, Columbia, Hofstra, Penn State, Fordham, and St. John's, among others. Some of you will graduate from rigorous career programs which have prepared you to work in professional fields such as health business, and technology. You came to Queensborough from all parts of the world, representing over 127 countries of birth and 78 native languages. Each of you has a personal story of courage and determination to achieve the dream of a better life for you and your families through education. Among you are military veterans who served our country with honor and distinction to protect our way of life. Will those graduating veterans, as well as those in attendance in the audience who have served our country, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. As graduates, you leave with added knowledge, new and advanced skills, and most importantly, with personal values developed through the journey which brought you to this momentous occasion. Your experiences and interactions with one another, strangers who became friends, and with faculty and staff who became mentors, have positively impacted your life. This is your day, and many important people have come to bring you greetings. I'd like to welcome the Honorable Toby Ann Stavisky, New York State Senator and Chair of the New York State Higher Education Committee. Senator Stavisky has been tireless in her work with fellow legislators, both Democrats and Republicans, to maintain access to affordable and high-quality education for all. Senator Stavisky.
Thank you, President Lynch, and let me welcome back home my friend, Dr. Marti. As we were walking in the procession, it was really wonderful to see everybody come up to Dr. Marti and hug and kiss him and remind them the role that he has played in their lives. And so we do thank you very much for everything that you have done. And I appreciate the opportunity to share this important day with you. Many of you have come from countries all over the world to the United States because this is the land of opportunity, and you came to fulfill your dreams. As the abolitionist Harriet Tubman said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have the strength within you, the patience and the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world." And speaking of dreams, as the new chairwoman of the Senate Committee on Higher Education and the representative from this district, the second bill that I put on the committee agenda back in January was the DREAM Act. The DREAM Act allows undocumented young people to pursue their education dreams. They will be able to come out of the shadows and work legally and attend college and receive TAP. And I, for one, welcome these young people because opportunity has to be available for everyone. And this includes the opportunity to attend college and hopefully to obtain a driver's license. And I'm a co-sponsor of the Green Light Bill, which would allow undocumented individuals to obtain a driver's license in New York State. Queensborough is part of the rich heritage that is the City University of New York. City College, which is now part of CUNY, obviously, goes back to 1847, when the Free Academy was established to educate the children of immigrants. And that mission has not changed. We continue to welcome and educate new Americans, and you will be part of that tradition. I've always viewed higher education as a three-legged stool. All three legs are needed to maintain stability. College must be affordable, accessible, and of the highest quality, and we need all three legs to make sure that happens. In the 2019 budget, which was passed on April 1st, there was an increase to higher education, including a $100 increase to aid for community colleges for each student. But the faculty still does not have a contract, and adjunct professors are woefully underpaid. Labor agreements must be reached, and that includes a salary increase for the part-time faculty. As I attended a hearing about a month ago out in Smithtown in support of the farm workers, and I realized the adjunct faculty is making less money than the farm workers, and there was a hearing to try to help both, actually. The poet Maya Angelou wrote, "It's time for parents to teach young people early on that in diversity there is beauty and there is strength." We care about diversity and we care about new Americans. In New York, we build bridges of understanding and respect, not walls of isolation and separation. So let us continue and let us endeavor to protect our immigrants, to fight bigotry and discrimination, and let us resist intolerance and racism, and let us stand up and fight for that American dream. I congratulate the graduates, and may you continue to thrive in our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Stavisky. It is truly a pleasure to now welcome the Honorable David Weprin, member of the New York State Assembly and longtime friend to Queensborough.
Thank you, President Tim Lynch, and congratulations on your first graduation as the president. I also want to welcome my friend of longstanding, your former president, Dr. Eduardo Marti, whose granddaughter is graduating today. Graduates, give yourselves a moment to take in this historic day. Today is the result of your hard work and dedication, a testament to your character instilled in you by your community, family, and friends. Your QCC degree is proof of all of these things, a symbol of what you have accomplished and a passport to future success. Your college career probably seemed to be a marathon of classes, projects, club meetings, job hunting, and countless other challenges. Some of you balanced your college career with other responsibilities, such as caring for a child or working at a job. Yet through it all, you charged forward, exceeding every expectation along the way. Words cannot express how proud we are of each and every one of you today. So as you graduate, don't forget to thank those who got you here. And of course, I'm referring to Google, Wikipedia, and coffee. Maybe copy and paste also. You are truly a remarkable group of young men and women that represent the best and brightest of Queens. Just look around this gorgeous campus and the incredible diversity of its student body. One can immediately understand why QCC is truly the lifeblood of our communities and a cornerstone of our educational system. Queens, as we all know, is New York's largest and most diverse borough. If you were to travel across the borough, you will hear more than 160 languages spoken and meet residents from more than 120 different countries around the world, many represented here today. The students at QCC are truly representative of the world's borough that we all love and cherish. They represent the values we hold dearly in Queens: mutual respect, understanding, and acceptance. To all the graduates here today, I can say, on behalf of myself and my colleagues, we are immeasurably proud of each and every one of you. I admire your steadfast determination and your hunger for success. Now, the road ahead will be similar to what you have experienced here. There will be tasks, projects, assignments, deadlines, and responsibilities. You will be tested and graded in different ways. You will be expected to reach certain goals and objectives. But as you have already proven, you'll be able to handle those obstacles and power through them. Although we use commencement as a synonym for graduation, commencement actually means beginning or start. So when my children graduated, I asked them one question about their future, and your parents may ask you the same question tonight. When are you moving out? But again, as you embark on your careers, each and every one of you will find a way to change the world in some way. The world welcomes those who strive to better themselves and those who work to make the world a better place. Many of you have already done that. For example, one of your fellow graduates, Paolo Beniquez, worked with Hurricane Maria victims from Puerto Rico, and she was very involved in an academic as well as a sports career here. And I'm proud to recognize that she just received CUNY's Community College Female Scholar Athlete of the Year Award. Congratulations, Paolo. Armed with a great education and the support of those closest to you, each of you from the class of 2019 will be an inspiration for your families, your community, and the lives of all you touch. At every turning point in your lives, remember the words of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Assemblymember Weprin. I'm now pleased to welcome the Honorable Ed Braunstein, member of the New York State Assembly.
Good morning. Thank you, President Lynch, and thank you for the honor to address everybody today. Let me start by congratulating the graduates. I represent the local community here, and I wanted to say congratulations. Also say we are going to miss you if you don't live in the neighborhood. We're going to miss having you here. But before you go, I just want to offer a little bit of advice as you go on the next step of your journey. Some advice that was useful to me in life. When I was in high school, I had a basketball coach who used to say all the time, he used to say, many people fail because they don't try. And he used to make me say it, and everybody on the team say it every day. And to the point to where it got annoying. Every day the coach would be like, Eddie, what do we say? Many people fail because they don't try, coach. But, you know, he made us say it so many times that I remembered it. And that advice became useful for me later in life whenever I was confronting a challenge. I always thought to myself, many people fail because they don't try. For example, when I ran for office for the first time, 9 years ago, I was 29 years old, and you know, there was a good chance I could lose. there was a good chance I would find out the voters might say, you know what, we don't like you, we're not voting for you. It's a good chance it could be almost even a little bit embarrassing. But I remembered that advice. Many people fail because they don't try. What's the worst that could happen? You could lose, you gain some experience, you make some friends, and you live the rest of your life never having regret. Now, in that instance, when I ran for office, fortunately, it worked out. But I use that approach anytime I confront an opportunity in my life where it may force me to go outside my comfort zone, may force me to take on something that's a little challenging. And so, as long as I had the opportunity to address you today as you move on to the next chapter of your life, I just wanted to impart that advice. Remember as you go forward, if there's a new challenge, many people fail because they don't try. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Assemblymember Braunstein. I want to introduce the Honorable Barry Grodenchik of the New York City Council.
There's some good news. I didn't write a speech. But there's a corollary to that. There's some bad news. I didn't write a speech, so I could be up here for a while. Listen, this is a great day for you, for the graduates, but I gotta tell you something, as a parent of a community college graduate, it's a greater day for your parents and your grandparents. My son, who is a graduate of Nassau, where my wife has been a professor for 32 years, he said to me recently, he said, "Dad, when I move out, you and Mommy won't need as big a house." I looked him in the eye and I said, "You are never moving out because you have the best deal on the planet." And he conceded very quickly that he probably would be with us for a while. So don't be afraid to stay home because it's expensive in New York City. I want to echo some of the comments that my colleagues made. Senator Stavisky, who's a great champion of higher education as the chair of the Higher Education Committee, talked about hatred. We categorically reject hate and intolerance in Queens County and New York City. So all of you who are listening today, understand that message. We are too busy to hate. We love each other. We come from 100, 200 different countries, but we are all here today working, living, loving, standing side by side to reject hate and intolerance. You can applaud for that because it's important. I want to also echo the words of my colleague, Assemblyman Ed Braunstein. Don't ever, ever be afraid to take chances in life. We all remember a guy named Barack Obama. Do you remember Barack Obama? We miss him. Barack Obama ran for Congress against a gentleman named Bobby Rush. His best friends tried to talk him out of it, and he basically got run off the road. He lost 3-2. He got himself up, he dusted himself off, and we know the rest of the story. He succeeded in life because he was not afraid to take chances and wasn't afraid to fail. And he's a shining example for all of us of the good that's within each of us. I love this college. It's my largest educational institution in my district. And of course, I have a special affinity, Dr. Lynch, for community colleges since my wife is a professor of math at Nassau. You are going to go from here to do great things. Some of you are going to go on to college, four-year institutions, master's, doctorates. That's the route that my wife took. She's also a community college graduate, and she got her PhD a number of years ago from the City University of New York. So this is your first degree. It's not your last degree. You are going to go on to do great things. Each and every one of you has greatness inside of you. You have to decide for yourselves what that is. Nobody can tell you what that is. You have to tell yourself. There are going to be many people who have helped you along the way already. There are many more waiting to help you at your next stop. Take the chance, take a risk, don't be afraid to fail. I want to say on behalf of the 170,000 people I represent in the New York City Council, congratulations to each and every one of you. Excelsior, excelsior, excelsior.
Thank you, Councilmember Grodenchik. I'm pleased to introduce the Honorable Kevin Kim, who will bring greetings as a member of the CUNY Board of Trustees.
Thank you, President Lynch, for that introduction. And more importantly, thank you, President Lynch, for the wonderful job you've done this past year as president. It's never easy to step into an interim role, but the job that you've done, maintaining the highest standards of excellence that we have come to expect from QCC, you and your entire team deserve a warm round of applause today. Class of 2019, on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I just want to share with you just how proud we are of you today. As trustees, we've heard your stories along the way. Those who had to hold down multiple jobs just to pay for textbooks and Metro cards to get to campus. Those who are single parents, who had a child to raise, a job to perform, and oh yeah, a full course load to complete. You did it. To those who were told by society or even a family member that a degree would not be possible, you are here, you did it. So we know that each and every one of you had to overcome your own financial, social, academic challenges to earn your seat here. Nobody handed this to you, you've earned it. So later this morning, as you walk across the stage to receive your diploma, I ask that you hold your heads up extra high. And not just because it's really good for selfies, like the one I'd like to take with you right now, if it's okay. The first one, I didn't have myself in it, so I had to take it again. But really, be proud of what you've accomplished, because armed with this degree, not just any degree, but a CUNY degree, and like so many QCC graduates before you, you are starting here, but you can go anywhere. I want to point out your student government president, Ronald Chan, your executive vice president, Monique Fisher, and also the other students up here on stage, Tanina Habib, Marsha Homer, Jenny Wang, Eric Doki, Simon Shen. You are all going places too. And near and far and wherever each of you graduates go, I just ask you to remember one thing: work hard and be kind. Because regardless of what you hear in the media these days, those qualities will carry you further than you could ever dream. Those dreams that you aspired to when you first enrolled here, we ask that you keep those dreams, but remember to continue to work hard and be kind. So in closing, on behalf of all of us here at CUNY, I just want to thank you for the hard work and dedication you've done representing CUNY so well during your 2, 3, or maybe 4 years here. And congratulations to the class of 2019.
Thank you, Trustee Kim. Bringing greetings on behalf of the faculty, Dr. Philip Pecorino, Chairperson of the Faculty Executive Committee.
Thank you, Dr. Lynch. Graduates, on behalf of your faculty, we say congratulations to all of you for this wonderful accomplishment, overcoming all the challenges you faced over the years you've been here with us. On behalf of my colleagues, I also want to thank all of you for doing the thing only you can do. Teach us how we become better at doing what we do for all of you. I also want to thank you for teaching me to keep this really short. So the final remark is this: as you commence now on the next chapter on your journey through life, try to keep in mind, be as kind as you can to those you meet along the way and help out whenever you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pecorino. Bringing greetings from the college's Academic Senate is the chairperson of the Academic Senate Steering Committee, Dr. Stephen Dahlke.
Thank you, President Lynch. Hello, friends. My name is Stephen, and I work with a group on campus that helps the people who run the college to listen to one another, be aware of each other, and make the college run as well as it can for you. And I think that's one of the things that we all as professors and students most learn about here at Queensborough. Now picture yourself using the skills that you've learned in 10 years and imagine your most wonderful life, family life, professional life, or community life, and think about how you can put yourself there. Now turn to the person next to you and give them a big smile or just sneak a glance if that's all you can do. And picture them in their most wonderful life. Think of what you can do to help that to happen with your words and with your ears. And think in detail. Maybe think of what that person might be wearing in the boardroom when they make a decision that earns their company $100 million. Or what it would be like around the dining room table when they, listening so carefully to their kids, help them to feel not too scared when they go to school on their first day. Imagine what you can do to help that to happen. I have a friend and colleague here on campus who every time she sees me says, "Hello, friend." And with those two words, she helps me to feel like I matter. And that puts a little bit of a spring in my step and helps me to be my best self. I know that we can all work together to help everyone around us to achieve the magnificent life that you all deserve. Thank you very much, friends.
Thank you, Dr. Dahlke. Bringing greetings from your fellow students, Mr. Ronald Chan, who has served as president of the Queensborough Student Government.
Thank you, President Lynch, for allowing me to say a few words and share my story. I just want to first recognize everyone here today, our amazing faculty, staff, administrators, fall semester student government board, the support system of family and friends in attendance, and of course, class of 2019. Two years ago, after spending my high school years focusing on competitive boxing and video gaming, I graduated high school with a 71 average, failing classes every single year in the process. At the same time, my parents were at each other's throats again, working through their second divorce, resulting in my mother flying out to Texas and me to live alone. When I first began my journey here at Queensborough, I was rejected from taking honors courses and higher level mathematics courses, preventing from opening a boxing club, and lost student government election despite spending countless hours campaigning. My mother was solely providing financial support for me, my brother, and herself on less than minimum wage. That night, after hearing I had lost the Jack Kent Cooke scholarship, I cried. It was not losing the scholarship that was so upsetting, but what it represented. A golden ticket to being independent, to being able to return her immigrant sacrifices. Shortly after that, I received a letter of rejection from the University of Virginia, then Stanford, then Duke, followed by University of Pennsylvania, Washington University, and Northwestern. Today, however, I am proud to say I have had the greatest privilege to serve as your student government president, and that 2 days ago, I got accepted into the college of my dreams, the Dyson School of Applied Economics and Management at Cornell University. All of us here today have endured similar battles because we all have accomplished this tremendous milestone. In the future, however, we'll have to contend with far greater obstacles. However, recognize all of the obstacles in your life that you have overcome and understand that some people succumb to their obstacles. Embrace the struggle because it is the adversity you face along the way which gives your goals meaning. And believe in yourself. One of the greatest athletes of all time, Muhammad Ali, once said, "I am the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was." You are not the product of your environment, but rather your expectations. So set ambitious goals and have unwavering confidence in your ability to achieve them. Without it, you will never be able to stand up during the tough times and achieve your goals. If you believe in yourself and never give up, I guarantee you'll be surprised at where you end up. Thank you.
Saved the best speech for last, didn't we? Great job, Ron. With us on the platform are many distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until I have finished recognizing them. Dr. Eduardo J. Marti, President Emeritus of Queensborough and former Vice Chancellor for Community Colleges of the City University of New York. Ms. Patrice Henry, Principal of the Business Technology Early College High School. Mr. Peter Tu, Executive Director of the Flushing Chinese Business Association and a founding member of Queensborough's Asian Community Advisory Board. Mr. Joseph Dubowski, Board Member of the Friends of Veterans New York Incorporated. From the college, Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer Sherry Newcomb. Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs Dr. Sandra Palmer. Vice Presidents Stephen DiDio, Brian Kerr, William Faulkner, Denise Ward, Rosemary Zins. Deans Arthur Corradetti, Linda Evangelou, David Humphreys, Kathleen Landy, Liza Larios, Veronica Lucas, Michael Poland, Tacola Russell, and Shangkwai Wang, as well as chairpersons from our 17 academic departments. We now move to the portion of these ceremonies when we recognize those members of our graduating class who are receiving awards. Will the recipients please come forward as I call your name? The John F. Kennedy Memorial Award goes to the student demonstrating outstanding college and community leadership, Mr. Ronald Chan. Ron will continue his studies at Cornell Dyson to study economics. So this is for you, Ron.
Thank you.
I think I want to take some photographs there. The Martin Luther King Jr. Award, presented to a student who has demonstrated exceptional leadership in promoting harmony and appreciation of cultural diversity, is awarded to Ms. Monique Fisher. Monique will be going to Hunter to study psychology. Congratulations. The President's Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Associate in Arts degree is awarded to Ms. Marcia Homer and Ms. Sanina Habib, who unfortunately is unable to be with us today. Fantastic. The President's Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Associate in Science degree is awarded to Ms. Zhenhei Wang. The President's Awards for Outstanding Achievement in the Associate in Applied Science degree is awarded to Mr. Eric Dioki and Mr. Simon Shen. Thank you. Graduates, I'd like to share with you perspectives that I have come to appreciate. Maintain the values we share at Queensborough. Be mindful of the future, of yours and of those for whom you have responsibility. Embark on new experiences ahead, and when you do, reflect on this advice. Stay curious. This is the first step toward acquiring knowledge. Always act with integrity and honor. Maintain your friendships. Invest in them over time. Stay focused. Self-discipline will serve you well in challenging times. Learn your craft in your heart. The values and ethics you learned at Queensborough will help frame what you do and how you do it. Take risks. Balance self-confidence with adaptability. I once sat where you are today as a proud CUNY graduate, and I, like many of you, was a first-generation college student. I'll always remember the deep pride I felt in crossing the finish line. You too will always remember this day, which marks the beginning of the next fantastic chapter of your lives. The journey at times may be challenging, but remember, per aspera ad astra, persevere through hardships to the stars.
We shall now proceed with the conferring of degrees and certificates. The candidates will be presented by the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Sandra Palmer.
President Lynch, these candidates have met all the requirements for their degrees. I am pleased to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate in Arts.
Upon the recommendation of the Provost and Vice President and the faculty of the college, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associate in Arts with all the rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto pertaining.
We missed getting them to stand up.
Ah, okay. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate in Arts please rise? Those students wearing a blue and white cord are graduating with honors. Students wearing a yellow stole are members of the Phi Theta Kappa. Okay. Dr. Marti? This is your granddaughter coming in first?
Layla Sanchez. Nisandra Richards.
Sounds too low. Can you put this closer to you?
Nisandra Richards. Hasna Irafi. Saba Faisal. Stephanie Rivera. Valeria Corona. Jamila Duff. Mia Stevens. Chanel Chance. Sartricia McGee. Tracy Payne. Tyler Lloyd. Tamiporbi Tyin Wu. Ifunanya Nanjekwu. Deneen Vaughn. Chinsia Vaccaro. Sarah Cunningham. Danera Anglin. Scott Winter. Corrine Lawrence. Donna Peters. Stephanie Jimenez. Domenica Galarraga. Shauna Corbett. Jessica Santamaria. Diana Morales. Pamela Adrian. Caitlin Pena. Jennifer Rivera. Andrew Sepulveda. Joanna Benavides. Christina Glavan. Axel Maksud. Kainat Hafiz. New Faiza. Devi Ramutar. Kimberly Singh. Kaniz Shadia. Justin Mercado. Supna Minhas. Bianca Supa. Victoria Pellegrino. Rachel Fala. Eduardo Giraldo. Naomi Brown. Mona Ruth Fields. Amanda Samarco. Antonio Lamonte. Audrey Oscar. Brittany Ruplal. Annalie Callan. Pauline Williamson West. Pedro Perez. Vanessa Umana. Jacqueline Ramirez. Dorix Loja. Aida Rodriguez. William Ramirez. Nigina Dawes. Kamika Grant Barnett. Rosalba Grande Netsu Huatal. Precious Chileshi. Diana Katab. Kamala Singh. Somari Sunaran Persad. Cristina Rosado. Jessica Bermillo. Brianna Bailey. Kayla Lorick. Emily Valdez. Karen Rogubier. Jasmine Mays. Milagros Mateas As. Coffee Bentham. Kayaru Mills. Olga Maritza Velasquez Casanas. Andre Michel Roy. Mimi Paul. Carlos Sierra. Nancy Suquilanda. Patience Nwando. Bianca Phillips. Jessica Rosario. Crystal James. Stage Slobodan. Samantha Gonzalez. TJ Little. Brianna Ulysses. Dolency Lantigua. Rosana Rosario. Trisha Chen, Shanaz Mandal, Polly Rayner Swaby, Carolyn Arias Martinez, Nianda Bangay, Nicole Warthow, Ashley Tatiana Perez, Raymond John Baptiste, Fernando Huerta, Rosana Dionarin, Palkumari Prasad, Sunita Ramdin, Casey Morel, Helen Hernandez, Chantel Diaz, Sasha Paquette, Yesenia Perez, Jennifer Petit Day, Eleni Maret Telacos, Janice Miles, Allison Axel, Rashida Bochi, Francesco Urena, Jaquita Cunningham, Chenma, Zayun May, Daniela Londono, Jennifer Bravo, Giovanni Inswatsi, Angel Perez, Michelle Lusuriaga, Taisha Green, Michelle Morales, Catherine Zirzan, Michelle Suarez, Bianca Perez, Zuleki Rosario, Alex Ponce, Jenna Tres Palacios, Kirkland, Jordana Kanam, Beatrice Greedy, Odalis Fernandez, Amanda Raymond, Rivaz Vanya, Sky Johnson, Cassandra Vargas, Adriana Rosado, Amalia Calderon, Jonathan Lopera, Quenisha Ferguson, Tiffany Barnes, Kalish Sukaina Jones, Onisaya Douglas, Sengyang Gao, Tiffany Rodriguez, Terrence McGoldrick, Jonathan Kaya, Tulangs Regis Philogene, Jeremy Chonya, Weddy Morin, Jade Daniels, Josnelli Miza, Eileen Marin Santos, Stephen Stern, Mariela Polanco, Shabrina Khan, Dexter Green, Michael Gonzalez, MD Mahir Alam, Brian Quintanilla, Joanna Fialos, Jermaine Gale, Brianna Lawrence, Ty Mulzak, Deliza Cruz, Christian Antonio Feliz, William Gilmore, Toussaint Carter, Rachel Castro,
Andrew Flores, Christian Carballo, Eric Montealegre, Adriana Vargas, ay, mala. Melissa Torelli, Andrea Rodriguez, Leomaris Diaz, Nathan Barrett, Cherise Tyler, Suzanne Antoine, Dina Shelbourne, Justin Karp, Melanie Maldonado, Crystal Petiton, Sarai Ayala, Ivana Rodriguez, Jeremy Wall, Juana Vasquez, Keila Israel, Alicia Miles, Maxine Brown Simpson, Irina Shlomov, Mina Chouch, Ricardo Jean, Irene Thomas, Daphne Monroe, Elizabeth Luna, Nakia Van Williams, Prophet Prawl, Elton Siu, Kayla Brown, Melissa Barrio, Francisco Bello, Marie Jacquois, Takna Charles, Comfort Adebiyi, Keisha Bolt, Tasha Maisonnet, Ushe Akpaku, Khadija Zaid, Danielle Foster, Maruk Zaid, Ashley Pasquale, Cedric Pinnock, Kimberly Small, Tamara Taylor Anderson, Kayla Humphrey, Wilmy Nunez, Lisa O'Grady, Dylan Smith, Anika Del Sol, Angel Mino, Patrick Hennessy, Rafaela Asasui, Brittany Coutard, Jasenia Tejada, Yanita Chunilal, Dahlia Hunt. Okay. Joseph Lamba, Marcia Forde, Naresh Diosaran, Gurbir Singh, Abhishek Chauhan, Tiffany Arenas, Harmony Ortiz, Caitlin Davis, oh my God, Gisem Memoglu, Esmeline Bonifacio Gomez, Rachel Rambaran, Andrea Bolton, Dahlia Dunton, Rachel Vella, Bridget Richards, Julia Brown, Sarah Prime, Carlos Guzman, Michelle Lovell, Muniratu Agbaje, Tiffany Johnson, Samuel Cristobal, William Ramirez, Catherine Llerena, Marisol Froles Arteaga, Paulina Verdugo, Yanirosca Rodriguez, Erica Mejia, Mariel Mejia, Maylene Biza. Akil Anderson Alonso. Stanley Pierre. Emily Carazza. Taylor Ann O'Brien. Amber Odea. Samantha Aviles. Julian Guite. Tamara Hogan. Jeanette Hernandez. Abigail Robinson. Annabelle Hernandez. Justin Davis. Rusin White. Takmina Jabbar. Andre Jackson. Donnell Miller. Catherine Ramnarine. Sydney Lee. Emily El Halouani. Arthur Rodriguez. Michael Laval. Colby Lewis. Stevan Marchesella. Edwin Primus. Pamela Barshat. Emily de los Santos. Penelope Yawen. Genesis Salazar. Tyler Marshall. Gianna Babuso. Laura Belviso. Sydney Freed. Lisa Zhang. Nicole Cervera. Annie Mariano Rodriguez. Edward Guevara. Felicia Valbrun. Elizabeth Charles. Brianna Evelyn. Vanessa Espinoza. Anjuman Ara. Nicole Linezzi. Stephanie Rodriguez. Tana Vargas Mirasol. Videlkis Paredes Almanzar. Amanda Vasquez. Kayla Lopez. Anjani Baishu. Isolina Paredes. Crystal Montalvo. Alejandra Chiriboga. Tori Lewis.
Will candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science please rise?
This is Associate in Applied Science. The candidates for the degree of Associate in Applied Science are assembled, President Lynch. These candidates have met all the requirements for their degrees. I am pleased to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate in Applied Science.
Upon the recommendation of the Provost and Vice President of the Faculty of the College, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associate in Applied Science, with all the rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto appertaining.
Hua Jin. Chang Zhao. Denise Rivera. Douglas Landkammer. Martha Hernandez. Shuri and Amora. Kenneth Houlet. Brian Miller. Kathleen Amaras O'Brien. Ivan Martinez. Jesus Porras. Rebecca Bryant. Karina Jaquez. Ebony Smith. Antonio Etany. Stephen Dorville. Errol Pyant. Kareshme Talak. Darian Brown. Kavita Rapanin. Kristen Helsmasset. Deidre Hamlet. Edward Lorenzo. Lamel Francis. Gemma Ruck. Hashara Potter. D. Jessica Valcourt. Nancy Perez. Burton Bow. Adeline McHenry. Ni Zin. Sean Govira. Ty Bahardan. Stefan Millery. Javion Wilson. Jonathan Arias. John Rollins. Ebird Brandy Laguia-Ronton. Catherine Quindy. Richard Burley. Ariel Holland. Mufasa Chowdhury. Adriana Garcias. Kimberly Sanchez. Bibi Hasnelli. Annalie Hussan. Yasmar Sanchez Sevilla. Christian Del Rio. Bridget Mapundu. Alexandra Cavandis. Mia Katichas. Marsha Washington. Anam Siddiqui. Taznia Chowdhury. Shariza Ali. Sabnan Shamima. Anika Raman. Naomi Taranam. Linda Garcia. Paula Hamabelet. Carmen Monteroso. Tanya Chowdhury. Nicole Benzine. Jaswant Kaur. Janat Belkis. Mu Zhao. Masood Ahmed. Angel Bakas Ortez. Mamudo Ba. Janroy Arellano. Natasha Valentin. Francisco Martinez. Michael Sarantino. Italo Iberti. James Sutton. Kenneth Jimenez. James Whitaker. Jose Medina. Ganasharam Delachan. Christopher Dainarine. Kevin Balakomota. Renard Wagstaff. Rabia Bushra. Jessica Carrasco. Erica Jasmine Pogwe. Ruth May Saldaraga. Susalura Rivera. Renata Rodriguez. Kevin Rampalula. Akaria Vera. Christopher Anastasio. Christopher Novak. Emily Alatorre. Adriana Ramos. Winnie Sanchez. Elisa Rajo Diaz. Alolada Awalabi. William Chuki. Kayleen Verdadeo. Rachel Isaac. Stefan Kumar. Ferdinand Mangrove. Amanjat Sani. Narmal Gill. Varpal Singh. Andreas Savardra. Kelly Haralal. Ayano Middleton. Chanel Jackson. Dominique Carson. Jasmine Jackson. Brandon Piper. Shafal Alam. Shalasi Brennan. Alicia Diggs. Alicia Lopez. Chardonnay Westney. Brian Landano. Christian Mina. Christina Joseph. Bryant Mata. Shivanad Supasad. Sophia Melky. Antoine Tyndall. I said it. Jackson Juliet. Jose Segovia. Bernice Jean. Chen Lu. Margarita Aguilara Lopez. Shengjin Chen. Jordalise Quintero. Ivette Campero. Victoria Picardo. Christian Ramirez. Luke Goldberg. Angie Fexter. Wenhan Chi. Arel the Cleaser. Nisha Dutt. Michelle Chi. Mei Fong Lo. Johnny Zengne. Jafet Jalana. Lamarck Mark. Alexander Santos Tiban.
Maria Asif. Sobia Asif. Kamran Mahmoud. Cynthia Zapata. Shania Fryer. Taylor Jaffe. Trina Mickel. Nia Tillery. Rayana Blaze. Hela Samura. Ketra Harris. Now the AS. Yep.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Will the candidates for the degree of Associate in Science and for certificates please rise?
The candidates for the degree of Associate in Science are assembled, as are the candidates for certificates. President Lynch, these candidates have met all the requirements for degrees. I am pleased to present them to you, and I respectfully request that you confer upon them the degree of Associate in Science and grant their certificates.
Ariel Rampersad.
Whoa, hang on a second. Upon the recommendation of the Provost and Vice President and faculty of the college, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the City University of New York, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Associate in Science with all the rights, privileges, immunities, and honors thereunto appertaining, and I grant you your certificates.
Moises Rodriguez. Yolungfun JB. Shayna Lee. Alexis Labades. Damar Campbell.
Toan Hopkins. Daniela Echevarria Garcia. Fernando Maldonado. Karis Cobb. Jorge Camacho. Joshua Santiago. Warren Goulborn. Anthony Cousins. Lawrence Adomaco. Chanel Gordon. Shannon Fegan. Chilton Lindor. Varuna Carrick. Audrey Césaire. Samantha Ali. Salma Kotob. Daisy Morales. Brandon DeTusa. Cesar Caballero. David Hancock. Kristen Spikerman. Selena Borbano. Giovanni Flores. John Ceteros. Scarlett Suarez. Robert Cazorla. Holver Perez. Hugo Salinas. Nisha Stewart. Indira Jean. Thomas December. Yassim Airy. Giancarlo Viatella. Samarpal Singh. Natasha Baptiste. Nafifa Long. Charlotte Nafifa Long. Alexandra Brathwaite. Tiara Jordan. Catherine Koshtaahi. Brittany Jara. Rosalina Cruz. Alana Perez. Yesenia Gualpa. Joshua Johnsunico. Claudia Hernandez. Jakari Rawls. Hadrian Doliscar. Sarai Garcia. Troy Adams. Stephanie Marie De La Rosa. Al Said El Noor. Ranita Parbat. Jacqueline Gonzalez. Muhabat Ahmedova. Chanel Smith. Kian Simon. Kaylin Pubel. Charisse Castro. Rosaline Amadis. Nashira Batiste. Mina Ahadi. Ashley Williams. Charlene McLean. Joanna Gramosis. Stephanie Garcia. Kippy Gonzalez. Sydney Teveno. Neil Subik. Bilal Tariq. Duo Liu. Maria Forero, Jonathan Lopez, Jocelyn LaSalle Font, Isaira Cartagena, Danisha Grandison, Lisa Bullock, Janet Espiat, Joshua Gansam, Samuel Harris, Michelle Ateotua, Farad Farouque, Navindra Cheda, Brian Cheng, Catherine Puerta, Jonathan Berment, Lakpati Kublal, Cindy Lopez, Danielle Anderson, Erica Knoll, Caroline Acosta, Jay Mehta, Muhammad Mahmoud, Wandi Santa, Melanie Gaun, William Ward, Topia Bennett, Brandon Mitten, Artiola Checha, Umida Muhammadova, Kelly Chabla, Cario Champagny, Miasotis Martinez, Shaniqua Graham, Carla Medina, Ashley Munoz, Angelica Pomar, Prince Jacobs, Leslie Aragundi, Yotler Guiu, Jaming Shi, Fiorella Orna Vega, Daniela Warrow, John Van Slipman, Kayla Castillo, Elvis Caban, Michelle Ann Fraser, Sasha Chotan, Melanie Narain, Ashley Hiralal, Mohammed Hawaldar, Savitri Sharma, Randy Vergara Frias, Xavier Luna, Nauma Ferdus, Fatima Rahman, Jose Ramirez, Rachel Lewis, Tatiana Dahl, Aziza Busby, Grace Garcia, Yanina Cajuaricra, Barbara Pinargote, Stephanie Castillo, Diane Powell, Ketty Dessin, Matthew DeBono, Katie Fofana, Sitara Sajid, Ahmed Yahia. Mikhail Orzturk.
Junhyup Lee. Faustino Ramos. Nina Simone Jones. Janelle Burton. Adriana Albrecht. Gabriela Jaramillo. Bridget Lagos. Catherine Diaz. Patricia Mohammed. Onisha Ramsey. Andre Viegas. Jason Karchi. Marina Al-Zakari. Mamta Patel. Afita Hussein. Felicia Lewis. Anastasia Parks. Selena Gomez. Yolanda Jean Toussaint. Shatina Harris. Valentina Munoz Peña. Robert Barcenas. Mohsin Ali. Jose M. Cabrera. Roxana Jarma. Shakila Chowdhury. Mitsuka Jean. David Scott Castaño. Justin Rawls. Ronald Chan. Monique Fisher. Simon Shen. Eric Dioki. Marsha Homer. Senyi Wang. Colette McIntosh. Brandon White. Benjamin Herrera. Valeria Cruz. Nargis Hassanzada. Khadija Razi. Whitney Dormina. Hector Garcia. Nicholas Gelfo. Zakaria Ali. Damian Rach. Anthony Rodriguez. Jonathan Holguin. Rebecca Ramotar. Irene Maria Vatez. Caitlin Chan. Israel Vasquez. Tishan Harris. Anna Kay Taylor Thompson. Monica Gopal. Rong Tan. Patrick Grant. Yana Jones. Dania James. Janelle Walters. Bibi Abdullah. Surendra Budu. Michael Dion Kanai. Rowan Enriquez. Abdullah Martini. Addison Bailon. Brenda Lee. Tiffany Ali. Pavel Sobolev. Daniel Carles. Iodan Agogo. Dante Brown. Abdias Piton. Jefferson Bellevue. Sebastian Fenelon. Axel Beauvais. Carmel LaChapelle. Benjamin Guerriere. Backwards. Josie Layla Clairvoyant. Jessica Anderson. Julissa Laura Adames. Martin Lawson. Franklin Pineda. Abdoulaye Kaba. Ana Martinez. Alan Yao. Shakina Jones. Nicole Bustamante. Grace Hernandez. Giselle Taveras. Sheila Ais Lambert. Miyasha Chiangwa. Dexter Hakuna. Vicky Chiu. Dahlia Reed Shannon. Michael Osorio. Monir Hossein. Samia Alam. Talha Ansari. Melissa Nunez. Tad Wright. Pamela Pena. Antonia Brown. Abdullah Al Mamoon. Justin Felder. Kaden Mejia. Jasmine Danielle. Natalie Diaz. Lisa Colon. Nicole Menendez. Rose Jehami. Vanessa Torres. Benay McCant. Naima Deaver. Robert Russell. Stefan Stayek. Mark Hurlman. Sebastian Loisa. Paula Beniquez. Armani Taylor. Danny Chen. Natalie Salazar. Nashley Mercado. Jacqueline Jimenez. Maria Gonzabe Barzola. Jenny Samaru. Alexandra Gutierrez. Andrea Chapman. Keishana LaRue. Diana Charles. Damon Bryan. Christian Moreno. Rabia Khan.
Anas Sadvi. Eduardo Guzman. Paul Lenoci. Kiala Astwood. Nakisha Parkins. Karis Cobb. Jorge Camacho. Desi Perez. Teodora Yarek. Yale Jin Park. Gustavo Vargas Jr. Tahara Begum. Brittany Sui. Natasha Charles. Amanda Trantz. Valdine Portelis. Zubair Alicia. Peter Seras. Robert Castles. Jonathan Jennings. Doyelam Amalu. Justin Allen. Zihin Chen. Emily Perlmutter. Melanie Reyes. Ayana Tumalak. Okay, Eric Solis. Melan DeFrancisco. Miguel Ramos. Tian Yi Yap. Elizabeth Yellow. Nia Shai. Nardia Motion. Nazia Nusha. Milvia Pais Valenzuela. Violeta Nieves. Nalini Persad. Brenda Reyes. Diana Cruz. Alejandra Rosas Luna. Mateo Saenz. Jade Torres. Leon Nicole Ramos. Bernard Paul. Nima Meadows. Jennifer Ronquillo. Susana Averna. Nafsia Mukada. Johan Rios. Christian Andrade Soto. Eric Tamarima. Ryan Howe. Haley Ayumada. Melissa Infante. Sarah Abdul. Patrice Kirtland. Takia Wallace. Rosabel Vicente. Alethea Beal. Israel Escobar. Gabriel Andres Palencia Serna. Elena Marino. Valerie Roldan. Vashti Agnarin Sunarin. Maham Kamar. Nursey Rodriguez. Ashim Biswas. Kamaljit Singh. Ashish Mokal. Fnu Sanjay Kumar. Fnu Sumiti Devi. Melissa Persad. Shamik Mabri. Fahana Akhtar. Nusrat Sultava. Victor Cisalima. Jose Rodriguez. Jennifer Colon. Celeste Pilataxi. Jasmine Salgado. Rachel Miranda. Patrice Paret. Anil Singh. Vered Eri Cohen. Agustina Ortega. Joanna Ortega. Claudia Weber. Melissa Richards. Angel James. Bendel Jules. Jameson Stewart. Conrad White Jr. Shua Song. Jenny Palchizaka. Karen Ruiz. Gideon Bernal. Shavani Jagbandan. Denise Mamba. Gabrielle Keston. Nia Ann Prevost. Malgorazata Novak. Anjam Raiza. Ari Rosenblum. Angela Ciano. Anika Hassan. Shane Race. Lorena Kirizumbai. Cristina Parache. Aloik de Jesus. Myra Pastuizaka. Sarah Munasser. Jennifer Palacio, Marcela Nunez, Junior Santiago, Evelyn Chimborazo,
Nicholas Perry, Hasivi Atali, Amanda Vanderyar, Shanice Stewart, Mahit Sharmar, Shane Singh, Vincent Evans, Achen Beg, Chad Cameron, John Mondell, Akbajan Mandajavo, Dajeli Okoro, Aaron Mato, Alessandro Mata, Lance Tamate, Raul Sanchez, Francisco Estevez, Manuel Gamboa, Williams Nunez, Ashley Torres, Zingza Yang, Zhao In Yu, Litsi Moenu, Ariel Tavares, Irving Rios Enciso, Tiffany Jarrett, Katyusha Porknazaridesful, Catherine Ramirez, Karen Delgado, Saeed Hamza, Joy Roy, Abre Alam, Rajni Saju, Juanita Peters, Motri Pandit, Bushra Taslim, Ahmad Khan, Bashra Javad, Nadia Felix, Chantel Hall, Rajvinda Kerr, Karma Pereira, Charles Sela, John Toro, Devika Serju, Jasmine Oria, Jeanette Parguaya, Mayosha Woods, Rachel Katchin, Laverne Tummings, Christina Price, Tiffany Jeremiah, Sarah Oveas, Reindeer Singh, Marcella Carmona, Zubaida Mu, Gerson Vasquez, Jennifer Jimenez, Shayna Duran,
Just a few more speeches. No. Graduates, You have been conferred a degree which brings rights and privileges. As a graduate, you also have a responsibility to your community. Be a participant, make a difference. Pledge to leave the world a better place than you found it. Will the class of 2019 please stand? Those of you who are still here. In recognition of the conferment of your degree, please move the tassel of your cap from the right to the left side. Congratulations. As these ceremonies come to a close, please remain in your places for the recessional until all members of the platform party have exited. Afterwards, you're invited to meet your faculty by the department banners displayed along the track. Your teachers and the staff who played such an important part of your lives congratulate you and wish you well. Thank you all for being with us today. We're done.